gotta have a poker face like me.
I was just going to jump in this next part real quick. I don't think you saw it because you had already left. But so when they announced Rast as the Hall of Fame player of the year, so I've been talking about this before. I said, why? Binion's used to have a Hall of Fame section that you could go there as a tourist thing. You could see all the Hall of Fame players. I'm like, why don't they have that here? And then Horseshoe got rebranded from Bally's, and they named the poker room the Hall of Fame Poker Room. And they had some pictures up, but they had no Hall of Fame wall, nothing. So after Rast got announced, they actually now when you walk in, they actually have a Poker Hall of Fame wall of all the Hall of Fame inductees. I got some video. I'll try to import it into this podcast if you're watching on the YouTube channel. And then on the other side, they have a wall of all the main event winners.
Oh, okay.
So they have a wall of that. So I thought that was cool. It's just like a tourist thing, but at the same time, as a nerd, I'm new official sponsor.
Gray Harbor Digital is a performance digital advertising agency that works with top brands like Capital One Shopping, Honey, and Lotto.com. Check them out online, Gray Harbor Digital.
I like that.
That's one thing we liked when we went to the Binion, when it was at Binion's. It was at the Rio, but when we went to Binion's, and we saw their room was legit. It was like that old school nostalgia type room with all the pictures and stuff like that. Not for nothing, the room was kind of a shithole at that point when we first went.
Yeah.
But just for us being so new in poker, being absolute noobs, it was oh, look at this is so cool.
That's what I mean, and that's part of the experience. If you're a pro or you're playing every day, you're
yeah, they think it's rinky dink.
But for the tourists, the people that watch on TV, it's you're stepping into this realm and you get to see the pictures of all the players and you get to see that and that, the highlights. You're that's so-and-so and that's him. And, and you see all the banners and things like that. So it just puts a part of the experience. So I was really happy that the Hall of Fame did that. And they actually have a little trophy case too, which they have a picture of in the trophy case. They show what one of the year's bracelet looks like, not the main event bracelet, but just a regular bracelet, circuit rings, some things the actual thing. So you got little picture stuff, that's the stuff that people like to do, the cheesy take a picture tours. I'm curious if they're going to bring over, because they had it on the side stuff, was that, remember the $1 million
the tower,
we have a picture in front of it. So I'm wondering, after the main event's done, they take it out of the side hallways, if they're going to put that
with that
stuff. I don't know. So if anyone sees that, or you're out there now because the main event's over, let us know in comments if you saw that. But no, I was happy that the Hall of Fame is doing that. I think it's great that they're doing that. I would like to see some more stuff with it, maybe some relics, or maybe some people that have donated bracelets, or I don't know, some just old chips or stuff like that, or maybe the history of it, because we did some history stuff while we were out there, me and Joe, and it's just, it's cool to see that stuff, just Las Vegas in general.
One thing that came up at a couple of tables that I was at was how people were always saying the devaluation of a bracelet. Now there's online bracelets in this state, or online bracelets in that state, or whatever. And for me, it is what it is. If I win a bracelet, it's not going to devalue the value of the bracelet to me. Maybe other people.
I'm flexing it on it.
You know what I mean? Well, my thing is the realistic nature of actually wearing the bracelet. I would like to see, maybe not the WSOP, but some other poker entity, whether it's a WPT or whatever, do something that is more practical, like a watch or something, something that you would actually be able to wear if you actually want it. Because listen, if you're in the poker world and you're wearing a bracelet, part of you kind of would be proud of it, but then a part of me would be it's kind of
cringe,
kind of corny, you know what I mean? Well, if you have a watch or something like that, and even the rings look like a high school class ring. It's nice, but if you rock your ring at the table, I'll be oh, that's cool. But then at the same token, I'm
so this was an idea that someone threw out there, and I think it's actually really cool. So one of the things they do that I do like is that, that does bring value to it, is obviously the tournament champions, which we talked about. You need a ring, you need a bracelet to get into it that year. But someone brought up the idea of how about just an exclusive event every year for all
bracelet winners,
just all bracelet winners all time. And you have to wear a bracelet to enter into it.
That's your entry. Yeah.
Show your way in. That could just be $1 million free roll as well or something like that. But like to get into that tournament every year, you have to show your bracelet. You have to actually wear it and show it into there, because if you sold it because you're the gen on eBay, too bad, you're out.
I mean, they could absolutely do something like that, because just the overall numbers alone and the rake that they took in, and I understand they're paying the dealers, they're paying the floor staff, they're paying this, that, and the other thing. Like, they could easily take $1 million of the rake that they make for that entire event and do something.
And so here's the thing. All the people in those tournaments, 10-15% of them are your superstar poker players.
Yes.
So now you have a TV event out of it, right?
100%. People are going to be like all about that, because the main event is the main event, but this is the main event. This is the tournament of champions of champions.
Yes.
Everyone who's won a bracelet is in this.
Feel like the Masters event, like
exactly.
the green jacket kind of deal.
Yep.
Like you have to show it to get in. Here's your token to walk in. And at first it'll be kind of cheesy, but once you see it's on TV, they're like that's a big boost for like a lot of these guys' egos and sponsorships and things. They're gonna want them in there.
That would be cool.
So that was one of the ideas. I think someone on my table threw it out, like, dude, they should do something like that where it's exclusive, not just you won it this year, but like an every year pass. Like that's your ticket for life
every year.
That's your ticket for life into this $1 million event. And you get a special tournament champions bracelet,
and that brings value back to the bracelet.
That's what he was saying. Like, it brings value of having that bracelet.
Yep.
And at the same time, trying to collect more, because then you're stopping other people from being able to get into those events.
Yeah.
I saw one dude talking about circuit rings when he's talking about tournament champions, and he was saying he's like he won like 3 this year, and he's like, yeah, but that's 2 other people that don't get in the tournament champion. I just shut the door.
Yeah, shut the door. Yeah.
So